Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. So I hope everyone remembers what we were talking about just before the break. We were talking about has a relationship, and this has a relationship, as I said, has two forms. Association basically. So it can be a strong coupling between the two, stronger association or a weaker association. So now let's start identifying the stuff. And I hope you have logged in with your computers. So we will talk about it and then we'll create it also. So here we are going to decide the association. So what is it we are going to decide? So first I already shown you in the diagram. So has a relationship between which two things? Employee has a Aadhaar card. Okay, so this is what we are saying. So can you tell me what type of it is? Is it one-to-one, one-to-many, many-to-one, or many-to-many? What type of association are we talking about here? Of course, it is one-to-one. So here, this is an example of one-to-one association. And as I discussed already, so I'm writing this so that everyone is clear. So first I'm going to show you without the nested classes. I will discuss and you'll have an idea about what I said. And then we will take a pause in between. I will show you the nested classes and then we will change it from aggregation to composition. That is the plan. So here, what is it we are going to do? So steps. I'm writing it in steps so that nobody gets confused. People are not yet logged in. So guys, please try and log in time so that you don't miss out on all these things. So first step is we will create a separate class. I'm not jumping into nested classes. Create a separate class. What will be that separate class? Aadhaar card. What are the details you're going to add? I told you something like an Aadhaar card number. I can say the creation date. Somebody was saying Aadhaar card also there's an address printed. But let's not add the address here. We can have the employee has an address. And that same address is if it is a permanent address, it appears in the Aadhaar card. That I will discuss later. So I'm just having here 3 fields: the Aadhaar card number, Aadhaar card creation date, and the location. And we will supply the suitable constructor. We will we will add a toString. Later, I can ask you to override equals because Aadhaar card number is going to be unique. So currently this much. And then, so this will complete the step 1. Is everyone clear? What is it we are going to do in step 1? Are we writing it as a nested class or a separate outer class? Initially, separate class. Later, I will show you this. But now, so you have your yesterday's employee and today's Aadhaar card. But is there any link established yet between Aadhaar card and the employee? Answer is no. So here, to establish association, containment, you can say. To establish the association between what? Employee and Aadhaar card. What is it we are going to do? When I give it in writing, I think people will be clear. Add a new field, new state, as in data instance variable, you know. What will be the type of that instance variable? It will be your Aadhaar card. So you are going to add the reference in that employee object, employee class. So add a new state, which is of the type Aadhaar card. And then are we going to initialize it in the constructor? Answer is no. Don't add it in the constructor. So this is like later. I mean, this is just a business logic. So here, understand one by one. So we are going to add an additional data member here, Aadhaar card. But are we going to initialize it? I'll say this. Don't initialize it in the constructor. Why? Because first we are going to hire employee. So hire employee option will be the same. And after employee is hired, then we will give him an option, give the user option. link Aadhaar card details to the employee. So here, add a method. So I was, like I said, I could have thought of as a setter, but let's go this, add a method. So what will be that method? Add a method to link what? Aadhaar card to employee details. Okay, so this is what we will write. And then what is the next thing we are going to do is, we are going to give an option. So then add the option to option in what? In the tester. So what will be that option? The option will be link your card, link your Aadhaar card. So anyone wants to tell me, I'll be sharing this. Read me. Guys, please, this thing, log in time. I can see only 189, 190 people, and already it is 11:12. See, I don't mind even if you join late, but you lose all these statements and then you feel confused. So I cannot repeat what I have already said. Please bear that in mind. So when you say link your card option, anyone wants to tell me what will be the inputs you will accept from user? Because that will tell me your understanding immediately. So this is how we are going to build. So tell me, please. Yes. Whose ID? Ankit, you are talking about? Employee ID. Very right. Absolutely right. Because you have to ask user, whose Aadhaar card you want to link? Employee ID. Absolutely correct. And then you will have to pass these details, Aadhaar card details. So these will be the card details, such as Aadhaar card number, creation and the date. And what can be a possible outcome? If the employee ID is missing, you will have an exception. So in case of invalid, I hope you are understanding. It is very repetitive to what we did earlier. We were updating something. Here we are adding that reference. So in case of invalid employee ID, exception. And with the catch clause, error. Otherwise means you should assign. Otherwise, establish the relationship and supply link card and give success message. So tell me, just a second. I will save it in the today's help as the sequence. And I'm sending you this file so everyone will be able to understand what I'm talking about. Okay, I have sent you guys this sequence document. Tell me, is everyone clear about the steps? Because these are the exact steps we are going to perform. 100% clear? And see, one more thing I'm doing. I think I gave you this zip file. Anyway, I'll just check this. So what I'll do is wait a second. So we added that update functionality and all. See what I'm doing. I'm creating a day10 lab ka zip, add to archive. And I'm sharing that also. What is the only thing I have added since morning today? Updation. That, what was it? The salary and the department ID updation. So I'm giving you that code also. So those who have already done it on their own don't have to refer to this. But those who have not yet completed because of whatever reason, please download this, extract and import. Are my all statements clear? So I'll wait here for a minute till you are ready. In the lab session also, we are going to continue in this manner. Of course, I'll not join. Something like 3:45 onwards, I will join. So you will have ample time to revise. And then we will do it in the hands-on manner, like how we have been doing since yesterday, parallel manner. Okay, guys, you tell me. Have you received the sequence as well as this gate and lab zip? Again, I'm saying, if you have got your own project working, ignore my date and zip. You don't need it because you have already done it on your own. But if you are not, if you have missed something or other thing, you can copy. So shall we start, guys? Is everyone ready? Can we start with the steps? Okay. So see, that was your yesterday's work. So let us make a copy. So see what I'm doing. You also do the same thing. So day 10 lab, I had started day 11.1. So you can copy it because we are going to continue it in the lab also. So you can see what I did is Control C, clicked on it, Control C, go to here and say Control V. So I'm creating another one, day 11 lab. This is a hybrid session I'm taking since I got a feedback that the feedback means not a formal feedback, but from some of your responses that you are actually enjoying this. So make a copy from day 10 lab to day 11 lab. Done? Do it fast so we don't have to like waste too much time. Let me know when you are done it. Just make a copy. Okay. Now keep this sequence document in front of you. Those who joined us late, guys, I have uploaded this sequence document also, day 10 zip also, day 10 lab zip also. So that is our starting point. So you don't require my help. So you create a separate class. Currently, I'm not showing you nested classes. That we will do in the next version. So here, create a separate class, AadhaarCard, card number, creation date, and location. Give me a constructor and a toString. So start working independently. We will work parallelly. So now close everything. Control Shift W. Open day 11 lab. There's an echo coming up. Okay, so here open day 11 lab under SRC. This is also core classes. So under the COM app core, create another class AadhaarCard. No main method, it's a core class. And I have already told you what I want in that. So here, take this. You do it. I'm looking for tight encapsulation. So private AadhaarCard number string. Then I have date. Please import from java.util. Creation. And then a location. Where it was created. In which city or whatever. Okay. If you are confident about constructor and a toString, generate it. So this will happen within a minute. And here you can have a toString also. I'll wait here for a minute. You finish it. Generate constructor toStrings. Don't type it. It will take unnecessary too much time. Done. Very good, Diksha. Let's wait for others also. Tell me while we are waiting. The moment I say plus creation date, you're appending this date to a earlier string. So which classes, which method it will call? When you say plus creation date, which classes, which method it will call? You know the answer. You understood my question? Date class is fine, but date class is which method? ToString. Which classes, which method? As to two questions. So date classes ToString. So will it show only the date or time also? Or what is it? Answer is date as well as time. And while accepting, we are not going to take the time. We are just going to take the date. So tell me, is there any way to supply formatted date? Answer is yes, format method. Whose method is format? This is all revision, guys. I hope you are understanding. Not value of Prashant. You are mixing up. Format, simple date formats, format method. So here, tell me, should I declare a static simple date format or we already have it in this project? Answer is we already have it. So open. Don't go by memory, go by understanding. Are you understanding how we are increasing this assignment or this application? So go to employee and check. There is a simple date format here. So can I import certificate and use it in the Aadhaar card? Of course, the answer is yes. So check. Here you have got just one import. Now add import static. See, after all these last 2-3 days spent together, I hope you are gaining a confidence. You are getting more, you are becoming more comfortable in Java. Are we? Are we becoming more comfortable? That is the whole idea. That is why I changed the pattern slightly. Okay, so import static and then give the fully qualified class name. If you are thinking I'm sitting in the same package, doesn't matter. You still have to give this whole thing. So choose COM app 4. Where is that SDF? Employee. And what is it you want to import is SDF. So this we have done for the 10th time almost. So I hope people are clear. And then what will change? Instead of saying plus creation date, SDF, simply say, which is the method to use? Format is the answer. In goes the date, out comes the formatted string. Again, waiting here for a minute. Catch up fast. SDF.format date, very right. So this completes your Aadhaar card. Later, again, I'm going to modify it. I'm going to expand it because everyone knows Aadhaar card number. Is it going to be unique or is it going to be duplicate? Of course, it is going to be Aadhaar card number. That is your UID, unique ID. So later you can add equals method and I can tell you, the things are so this that give me, what is it? Let me think of it. Yeah, give me the employee's details whose Aadhaar card number is this, etc. So we can talk about all this like your queries. Currently don't add. So has everyone finished this? I hope answer is yes. So now tell me, currently, is there any association yet between employee and Aadhaar card, or are they are they separate? Are they linked or not yet linked? Answer is not yet linked. They are completely separate. So now, those again who joined me late so first step is done. Now establish the association between employee has a Aadhaar card. So how do we do this? You know this already. Add a new variable. This is done with the object references of the type Aadhaar card. And are we going to modify the constructor? No. Let employee be hired with her basic details and then we'll prompt for her Aadhaar card details. Okay. So here, let's do this. Sorry. Go to the employee and tell me what is the, how many state members are there? ID, first name, last name, email, department ID, joint date and a salary. So here, add additional. Please write the comments. State to link, to associate, to establish, has a relationship between, what is it? Employee has a Aadhaar card. You got that? So again, keep it tightly encapsulated. Private Aadhaar card. You can give any variable name. So finish step by step with me with understanding. Done this much? Completed? Okay. So now tell me, what is the default value of this reference type of variable such as card? Is it null or is it not null? Guys, don't unmute yourself. It causes so much of disturbance. Please stop unmuting. Here. So here, this value is null. So if you think in that employee objects memory diagram, here, even after the constructor is called, the value of Aadhaar card is null. So we are going to give another option in the tester to link the Aadhaar card. So here, let's add a method here. So go to the end of it, add a method to link Aadhaar card details. To the current employee. So whatever employee you are having, this, for example, you want to assign it. So now we will write a method together. So tell me, should this be, okay, first I will make it as public because who is going to call it? The tester outside the package. Now answer the next question. Should this be a static method or should this be a non-static method? Think and answer because that reflects your understanding. That tells me your understanding. What it should be, static or non-static. I'm going to write a method link Aadhaar card details or link Aadhaar card. So people are saying static. Wrong answer. Guys, I gave you the clue. You are going to assign it to the current employee. Current means this. So can static members access any this or super or any state instance variable from the method? Answer is no. This is for linking one Aadhaar card reference to the current employee as in this. So this has to be a non-static method. I'll repeat the statement again. Static members, if you write it as a static method, how can you access the current employee or this? How can you access the state member such as what card and all? So your answer was wrong. That's why. That is how you should identify. So here, no public, I'm sorry, no static. And adding a method here. So it's like a setter. So you can keep it as void and give the method name properly. Link Aadhaar card. You know, if you go to bank and all, they tell you to link your Aadhaar card so that, you know, for paying income tax, for paying for your bank account transactions or mutual fund, whatever are your investments, it is all linked to one. Driver license also, I think they are planning to link it to UID. Anyway, so link Aadhaar card. And anyone wants to tell me what would be the arguments here? Of course, Aadhaar card details. What else? So don't waste time in typing out things. Copy. So here, I'm taking all of this. Please understand, the tester is going to call this method after the employee is hired. Are you getting me? So these will be this. But can I change this variable names to Aadhaar card number 1, create date 1, location 1, or should they be the same? Can I change the variable names? It's a yes or no question. Answer is of course yes, but doesn't look professional. So I'm not changing it. I just said Control Z undo. And now this line has to come from you. So can anyone give me the code here? I'll wait for your response. Just respond fast. I have to do something in that. So anyone wants to tell me, what should I write? You write in Java. Don't tell me in English. I'll wait. Even if you write in short form, I'll understand. It doesn't have to be a full-fledged Java syntax. Just give me the clue. This dot location equal to location is wrong, Avinash. Ankit, your starting point, I don't understand. When you say only this dot, I can't conclude. I can't say. Aadhaar is equal to new Aadhaar. Ragini, elaborate, please. You're on the right track. Card dot card number. Yogesh, it will throw you null pointer. Currently, card value is null. Out of these responses, Ragini seems to be on the right track. So Ragini, elaborate further. You are almost there. This dot card, yes, Saurabh. Saurabh is right. So don't say Aadhaar card equal to, because see guys, you already have the variable, reference type of variable card, which is what you want to change. That should point to Aadhaar card object. So what it will be? Whether you say this dot card or whether you say simply card, it is the same. For your clarity, I'm saying this dot card. And here it is null. So don't say this dot something. And here you are going to create a new Aadhaar card instance. Okay, which is taking all the details user supplied. So this is where you are actually establishing the link. So anytime client asks for linking, when we go for this option, what will happen? This Aadhaar card object, where it will be created, within the employee object or outside, W or O. I'll repeat my question. This Aadhaar, Ragini, you are making a mistake. You are not going to read it clear. Guys, I'll tell you what she said. so that nobody should make a mistake. Suppose I say here Aadhaar card. Give me a sec, because this is a very common mistake I have seen students doing, freshers doing, of course. If I do this, is it a correct code or is it a wrong code? I'm saying this is wrong. Find out the mistake. There's no compiler error. But here, tell me, this card, is it an instance variable or method local variable? It's a method local variable. And the moment method gets over, this is all gone. Your Aadhaar card object will be marked for garbage collection. But that was not our intention at all. Our intention was to make this card actually refer to Aadhaar card object. So you understood the common mistake. I see it so many times. So that is why I said initially be clear and write this dot card. So this employee's card is getting this Aadhaar card reference. I mean, this getting the Aadhaar card details. Understood your mistake, Ragini? Okay. So now, I'm asking you the question. Can you tell me where this Aadhaar card object will be created? Don't tell me on the heap. I know that. But will it be within the employee object or will it be outside? Of course, outside. You are very right. I'm so happy to see the correct answer. One of the slots in employee object will be card, and that card will initially was null. So now Aadhaar card object will be created outside, and that card will start referring to it. Don't worry, we are going to draw the memory picture, but maybe what is it in the lab session? So has everyone completed this line? Can I go ahead? Okay, so this is done. This is fine. Now you will say that why don't you validate this? You can add, but currently the today point is not validation. Today point is association. Today's topic is association. So now guys, let's skip the validation rules and go to the tester. And here we are going to add an option here. What is the option we are going to add is actually, when I have more time means in the lab session and all. See, this is what it does. I mean, just to give you a realistic feel. You have hired the employee. Okay. So when I say hired the employee, can you tell me which details of employee are we initializing? In the hire employee case, which details are getting initialized? All the details except, tell me except what? Yes, you're right. Except the Aadhaar card. You got me? So now in the realistic thing, I can say that this employee has to open because it is a salary account. He's going to get the salary at the end of the month or whatever, end of your cycle. So let's say month. So before he can open an account and his salary can be credited, he needs to link his Aadhaar card. Are you getting me? So that kind of a situation you visualize, you imagine. And with that, now add one more. So what is the another fourth option you're adding? Link Aadhaar card. Are you understanding? Everyone knows this much of, common sense. Before you can open an account or when you start opening the account, your Aadhaar card details has to be there in the system. So that is where we are doing the linking of Aadhaar card. Done this much. And here, of course, let's add that option. So case 4 and first only break. And here input we discussed already. If you have joined late, I have downloaded that sequence. So get that. So here, what are the inputs you are going to take? Enter employee ID. So let us ask the user to enter the employee ID to link card details. So let's take only this much. Everyone reach here? Aadhaar card details I'll take after I validate the employee. So now tell me, I want to check whether this employee ID is valid or not. So do I have to write the code for this or do we already have the code? Do we already have the method? Of course we have. No, that validate employee ID is for checking for duplicate. You see this? Just in the morning we discussed get employee details. So the same stuff. So here I can have. Now, please understand, you have already declared a variable. So you cannot redeclare the variable. So I can say simply details is equal to same thing. Get employee details. And what is the first argument? The user supplied employee ID and the employee ID. Zero change here. Why it is cribbing? Is not applicable to string. Oh, sorry. I was thinking where I went wrong. It's a SC not next. Everyone managed? Yeah, next end. I understood again. Thanks. So here, done this much. Now tell me if the control comes to the next line. When the control comes to the next line, what does it imply? Invalid employee ID or valid employee ID? Of course, valid employee ID. And what does details represent? Details represent the current employee details minus means except. It doesn't have, it just has except card details. You got me? So now what is the next question you want to ask user? You need some more information from the end user. So what will you ask for? Now you will ask for, tell me, the card details. So here, give another SOP, enter card details, Aadhaar card details, and you have to, user doesn't know which format and all that. So here you can supply. I'm giving you all the shortcuts also. So, you know, your code building will be easy. And location. Let me ask you, you just tell me whenever you reach here. Because now the things are easy. You please let me know when you have done this much. Waiting for you to complete this much. Do let me know. This is the case we are solving. Done? Okay. So now I have taken the details. So now tell me, this is tightly encapsulated. So can I directly send these card numbers and all that? I can't. So what is it I'll have to do? You tell me the next line. We have written the method already. So which is the method you have to call? Which is the method we have written? Link Aadhaar card. Very right, this one. Yes. So all you have to do is details dot link Aadhaar card. And you know, it's a string. How do you read a string? SC dot next. Now tell me, this date is going to come to you as a string. And you want to parse it. There's no validation rules I have given. So how do you parse a string into date? Tell me. No, again, Prashant, you are wrong. I'm talking about string to date, SDF.parse. But do we have SDF here? Yes, we have a SDF here. So very good. So here you can say directly. See, this is not, you can't use that validate date because you remember I have got that validation for employee recruitment after this. So here you can use SDF. If it is not showing you, that means import static is wrong. So fix import static, parse sc.next. See, you can always skip the validation rule if you don't want it. And the location is simply a string. Are you getting this? So this is these are your details. And then you can give SOP, Aadhaar card linked. For employee with whichever ID or for employee. And suppose I want to give the name of the employee. So right now I was going to say add a getter, but right now just this much is also sufficient. I said I can always extract the name. How do I extract the name? From details, just add getters, get first name, get last name, and I could have done that. But currently I'm not doing. So I'm sending you this case. If you don't read it, require it, don't copy paste from the code ever. But you can use it for the reference, definitely. Is it done? You let me know whenever you have finished it, this much. Aadhaar card code? Yes, Pushkaraj, I'm sending you that. So I'm sending you guys Aadhaar card. This, it's just a class with some details. So day 11 lab, SRC, app core, Aadhaar card. I have sent you, Pushkaraj. So after that, Pushkaraj, we added that to employee by adding something like a linking method. And this is what we are writing as a tester. So now before I start testing, I have a question to ask. So when I say, how are we going to check whether the Aadhaar card details are really embedded in that employee and all? I'm going to run this. So here, when you say SOPE, employee classes toString will be called. You understood what I said? In that for each loop, it is going to call SOPE, system.out.println e, which will end up calling employees toString. So open employees toString and tell me, is it printing the information about Aadhaar card or not? Is it printing the information currently or not? Answer is no. So I'll give you a minute, make it, modify it, so it prints the Aadhaar card information also. Make the change so that when I print the employee details, if the card is linked, if the card is not linked, let it show null. And if the card is linked, it can show. Or okay, I'll make it more interesting. See, this whole exercise is building your Java knowledge. I'll tell you, if the Aadhaar card is not linked, I should see the message. What I should see? I should see all of this and I should get an additional message. Card is not yet linked. And the moment Aadhaar card is linked, I should see the Aadhaar card details. Tell me how. You understood my question, right? If the card is not linked, don't show me ugly looking null. Show me card is not yet linked. And if it is, then give me the card details that way. Everyone is clear with the question I'm asking? Yeah, so you can add that message definitely. Or here, you can simply add a ternary. So here I'm saying string message is equal to, here I'm checking card is equal to null. See guys, somebody suggested if else, of course I can do that. But let us try doing it with the ternary. So if card is equal to null, what is the message I want to give? Aadhaar card not yet linked, something, you know. And otherwise, which is the message I want to give? I want to give card here. But if I just say card, you will have a problem because it is expecting a message. So a string, so simply call card.toString. And then add this message here. I'll just give a space here. Okay, I'll give a space here itself. No, I'll not add a space here. Otherwise, too many places I'll add to it. This will come together. So here I'll just add a space here. And then I'll say plus message. See, again, I'm telling you, the whole idea is, the whole idea is to give you confidence, give you more and more Java stuff. So first solve it with me. So solve this ternary. Don't forget ignore the left hand side. If the card is equal to null, that means is the card linked yet or not yet linked? Card is not yet linked. So this will be assigned, this string will be assigned to message, and that is what we are appending here. But if suppose card is linked, what I want to call is card.toString will be assigned to message and that will appear here. Understood the usage of ternary? I'll send you this also. I'm not at all saying if you're not comfortable with ternary is not my priority. You can do if else. I'm still okay with that. But if you understand ternary, you can save yourself few lines of code and can be done in a single line. I'll wait till you say done. because we have done it. Now we just have to test it. Ternary or if else, your personal choice. I'm leaving it to you. Okay, can we go ahead, guys? Have you completed this much? So now you just have to test. So before I start testing, please recap. Please check, because some of you joined me late and some of you had network issues and all. So to check, is your Aadhaar card class created and ready with card number, creation date, location, a constructor and its toString? Yes or no? Keep responding, please. Is it ready? Great. What is the next step? We have to add its reference in the state, in the employee. So now, like how employee has an employee ID, has a first name, last name and all. Now employee has an Aadhaar card. So this is your for association. Whatever weaker form, stronger form, you have to add the reference in the employee class. You got me? Now, then have we added this information in the constructor? No, because we are doing it in two steps. Let the employee be hired, and whenever we come to payment of his salary, at that time we need to have, we will give it as a separate option to link the card. So here what we did is we added a method link Aadhaar card, where I'm taking from the user all the employee's Aadhaar card details, and here is the link getting established. So this is where we are linking the Aadhaar card to your employee. Clear so far? Yes or no? Are we clear? You have done it with me. I hope majority is working with me, so that you don't have to spend the time in lab. In the lab you can just revise. And then finally what I wanted is, since employee has a Aadhaar card is a state of employee, but I don't know whether it is linked or not. So if you don't do this, and if you simply say plus card and the card is not linked, you will see a null. So I just wanted to give you more, sophisticated code, better code. So here we are checking, is the card null? Null means not yet linked. So give the message accordingly. Otherwise, card contains the Aadhaar card details. So I'm just converting the card into string using toString and assigning it to the message. And that message we simply appended is the word, to the to what? To the employee's toString. Got me, guys? Understood me fully? Okay. And then you have a tester. So in tester, we just added a new option where first I'm taking only employee ID, validating whether the employee exists. If user gives me wrong ID, I will say that, this whole code, that method will throw the exception. Try block will be aborted. You will come to that catch block error and it will display the error message and all that. But in case user has given me the correct one, then I'm asking the user, prompting for the card details. And this is the method where we are linking employee to her card. Okay, so now let us test it. So start testing with me. So initial things, you can give any max number of employees. So first you have to, what is it called? Link the employee. Or okay, let's, hire the employee, right? But suppose user being a user directly says link Aadhaar card. See, you have to always write a code which is a foolproof code. Foolproof means what? Whatever dumb inputs user gives, our code should not break, should not abort. So see this. Are we running? Is it working fine? Employee handling exception, employee not found, invalid employee ID. Clear? Everyone is clear? So this is working fine. So now let's hire the employee. You can give any details. And the department ID and the join date and the salary. You can see it has been linked. Sorry. I'm so sorry. The employee has been hired. Now just say, you give the details and just say display. So of course you are getting ID, etc., etc. And you should be getting a message, Aadhaar card is not yet linked. So test this much, guys. This tells you that that ternary operator and the toString and all is working fine. Getting the same output? Great. So if you want, you can add additional employees also. So let's hire more. So let's say, for example, I am just going to take this. I'm just going to add 1, 2, 3 to it. Too much of a pain to bother. So suppose I say employer is 10. Something else. Cells, I think we have. I hope we have. And the salary, something else. Okay. And just check it. Just add another employee asset. So now you have got 2 employees in your system, in your database. You don't have an actual database that we will do much later, but in the memory, in the heap, you have got 2 objects, etc. So now let us try linking Aadhaar card. We have already seen that error case. So that error branch is working fine. Suppose I want to link it to this employee ID. So give you can give whatever. So here, I hope everyone remembers. We are first getting the employee details using equals. So now it is a valid employee details. So now I'll just add Aadhaar card number, creation date. Please remember we are using that SDF. So the format, the pattern is same, day, month, year. So suppose it was created in 2001, something, I mean, 010, maybe 2001 did not have Aadhaar card. So anyway, creation date is done and location. Suppose I say Pune. So it is saying, it is giving me a success message, but don't be happy unless until you actually see it. So now when I say display all, what do you expect to see? Check this. The first one's Aadhaar card is not yet linked. We never linked it. But the second employee's Aadhaar card information is linked. So this should tell you about the association. I'll wait here for 2-3 minutes till everyone confirms that it is working fine. Always check with the error branch, error case, as well as success case. That is your testing, guys. I'm waiting till everyone tells me. So this tells me that it is working fine. Waiting for your feedback. Okay, so working. Case 4 here. Okay. So I would be happier if you write it yourself because we really discussed in this. In case you need help, I'm sending it Ashutosh. But I would be happier if you try writing it on your own. Maybe you can do that in the lab session. I'm waiting for some more couple of acknowledgements. Details cannot be resolved. That means this reference variable name, you have not given details. So whatever variable names you have given in the earlier case, give that. Or if it details is not found, declare another one. Compiler error, guys. You should be able to solve Swapnil. I said, I have already declared the variable, method local variable within the switch details, so I could use it. So if this variable name is different, add the same. You got me, Swapnil? Good. So I'm waiting for another 2 minutes. Case 3, case 4, both. So looks like you're lagging behind. Case 3, we have solved almost this. Okay, so what I'll do is, I'll do better than that. I will do I'll send you the entire tester so that whatever you want to refer to, you can look at it. SRC, com, app, core. Oh, sorry, my mistake. The tester, and I'm sending you test employee in organization, the full code. Also, I'm sending you the Aadhaar card. I think I had sent already. So waiting exactly for a minute because finally it is a theory session. It's not a lab session where I can wait indefinitely. But still waiting for another minute. Do catch up. Because now I'm going to ask you, I'm going to take you ahead. If anyone needs any help, just put it in the chat. I will send you the code. Working fine. Very good, Ashutosh. Kritika, great. Very good. So I hope you have tested with both the ways. Once you give invalid ID, once you give the correct ID, and see and run that display all also, and it should show you for those employees whose link card is not linked, Aadhaar card not linked. Otherwise, it should show you the actual details. I mean, I'm talking about this output. So I'll take this and I'll put it in one file. So you can see expected output. So for the employee with employee ID 101, we had not linked her card, but for the second employee we had linked. So you should see the correct output accordingly. Not feeling too well, sneezing like crazy since morning. But I can't. I mean, our days are so numbered that I can't say that okay, take a day off. I mean, I can't take a day off. Anyway, I'll survive. Don't worry. Thank you for asking. So can I go ahead, guys, to the next question? Next part. So those who have not completed it, please hear me parallelly. So here, I'll understand my question correctly. Can, or rather, let me put it this way, because you know, a confusing question you will have. So logically speaking, or you know, common sense based question I'm asking you. In the real world, should Aadhaar card exist without the employee instance? It's a Boolean question, yes or no? Everyone agrees with me. There's no meaning to the Aadhaar card without the person. So first you have to have a person, Indian origin, and then he or she will have Aadhaar card. Everyone gets me. So in short, what is the kind of association do we want? Aggregation or composition? We are looking for composition. So what is the meaning of composition? It means that I'm talking in Java now or object-oriented language now. Nobody should be able to create the Aadhaar card instance without creating the employee instance. It is like a part of human has a heart, human has a brain, a car has a gear assembly. Are you getting me? All statements are clear. So this is what is the test. Now write a tester. You know, leave our big tester and just to prove the point, just to confirm. So here I'm writing in the tester. If you don't write this is fine. You can just observe. I'm saying test association. Okay. And here I'll ask you a question and I'll confirm it with the answer also. Can you create Aadhaar instance directly. So should you be able to is a different story. But given the code which we have written, will you be able to create the Aadhaar card instance create directly? So far, answer is yes. So don't let me not write the answer. Let me just say this Aadhaar card. I can say card is equal to new Aadhaar card. And currently I'm not attaching the scanner. So some number, some date. So I said, suppose it got created just now. Okay. So new date. So current date and the location, let's say. Okay. So guys, are you understanding the question and the answer? Now I'll say yes. So tell me, if you are able to do this, what is it really? Is it of course it is a hazard and all that, but this is not a tight form or the strong form of coupling. So in short, this is what example of aggregation currently or example of your composition. Everyone gets me? So whatever we have done so far, the moment you create an Aadhaar card as a separate class, anyone can go ahead. Anyone, when I say anyone, what I mean, some third party code, some tester code can directly go ahead and create it instance. But this is not what we desired. What we were looking for is a strong coupling. Means what? Nobody should be able to create the Aadhaar card instance directly. If anyone wants to create the Aadhaar card, first the user will have to create the employee object, and within that you should be able to create the Aadhaar card. Within means not an employee object internally, but then only you should be able to create. In short, I'm just showing you how to migrate from, how to transition, how to go from aggregation to composition. Is my question clear? Is the requirement clear? So this requirement in core Java, see, I'm going to take both. You know that core Java as well as advanced Java. So in core Java, we will achieve this using a concept called as a nested class. So that is the next topic I'm starting. And we are going to revisit this concept when I take you to databases, and there is something called as master table and the link table and all that. So when I take you there, we will solve and Hibernate and all. It's going to be very advanced training then. So then the same thing we will achieve using some annotations. So when I take you to the topic, very advanced framework called as Hibernate, I'll remind you of this. That earlier we did it with the nested classes, and in advanced Java, we have different solution. Of course, today we are not in advanced Java, we are just learning the core Java part. So here, this is what is the requirement. Requirement is a strong coupling, strong tight coupling. And here, problem statement is clear. Anyone can define. So now, let us take a break in the sense not real break. Let me explain the concept of a nested classes in Java. Today, I'll take only one type of nested class and then we'll apply. Okay. So now there's no coding immediately. First, let me explain. I will take a simple example of nested class and then we will apply it to this requirement. So if you see, I think I had shared it yesterday itself. Give me a second. Date and help. Yes, I had given the help files yesterday. So in the date and data, date and help, you will find a folder nested classes. Okay. So let me just say there are a lot of diagrams. So let me just see which one I should explain, because I want to start with the separate one. Okay. Yeah, there are a lot of diagrams. So open the diagram. Yes, simplest one. So I'll give you the name of the diagram. The name of the diagram is nested class types. So we are starting another important topic in Java. What is the name of the topic? Nested classes. Okay. So here, don't look at the whole thing. Here what I'm saying. So here, nested class means what? A class declared within another class. Like how we have nested trie blocks, trie within a trie. So what is a nested class? A class which is declared within the another class. That's your nested class. But if you're coming to me from the C++ background, you know we have nested classes in C++ also. But in Java, there are 4 different types of nested classes. So which one I'm going to discuss with you today? Non-static nested class. If time permits in the lab session, I'll take other examples also. Okay, so let's see how it goes. So here there are 4 categories. So actually there are truly speaking, there are 2 categories. One is called as what is it called? Non-static nested class. Other one is a static nested class. And under non-static nested class, these 2 categories are. But to a beginner, it is confusing. So let me explain it with the 4 categories. So non-static nested class is called as inner class in Java. Okay. So understand the point. So see the typical rules, typical syntax, not syntax, rules about it. When you say you are going to declare an inner class can access directly. Directly means without creating outer class instance. It can access even the private members of the outer class. I'll repeat this statement. This is one of the most important rule. The inner class is equal to, tell me, statically nested class or non-static nested class? S or NS? It is a non-static nested class. It can access the inner class can access private members of the outer class. And if you want to go for tight coupling, strong coupling between outer and inner, which is what is the current topic, you can simply use this particular feature of a nested class. So suppose I have got 2 classes. One is the outer class and the name of the inner class is, let's say, inner. So when you compile the code, you will see 2 dot class files. So which will be 2 dot class files, guys? One is outer dot class as usual. And yesterday, you remember when you are looking at that generated code of an enum, there was a dollar symbol coming up. I told you, currently you will not understand. So what is it? Outer dollar inner. So this shows the tight coupling. So what is outer? Name of the outer class. This dollar symbol tells that it is tightly coupled. That is, inner classes cannot exist without the instance of the outer class. So this is one category I'll show you right now, right today. And then you will see there are, so okay, let me say this. Which are the really important types? This first one and the last one. But I'm going to cover all because exam topics and all. So which is the another category? Another category is that nested class, you can label it as static. And you will see static nested classes can access the static members of the outer class. Then you will see Java doesn't stop here, unlike C++. Within a method, you can embed entire inner class definition, which is nothing but called as method local inner class. And the most surprising, or okay, what do you say? One of the categories is nameless. Nameless is anonymous. So there is something called as anonymous inner class, where you don't supply the name to that inner class. Who will assign the name? Java compiler will assign the name. And you will see that entire inner class definition will be embedded, merged in a single Java statement. So naturally, guys, little advanced topic this is. So if I show on same day all 4 examples, you feel confused. So we are going to start writing. I'm not going to immediately add it in that longer assignment because you will get confused. So we will write. I would encourage you write with me. We will take a very simple example of a non-static nested class, such as class A, class B. We will observe the rules and then we will apply it to your assignment. Which assignment? I want to replace the aggregation between employee and Aadhaar card by what? What I need to replace aggregation by? Composition. And that is where you'll see the use case, practical usage of the non-static nested classes. So this was just to give you the overview. Now open the other picture. Okay, by the way, whatever I'm saying, is all written here as the nested classes rules. So first I'm explaining non-static nested class. You can read it later. I'll take examples, but picture says better. I mean, you get a better clarity with the diagram. So here again, which one I have opened? I'll tell you the name. I have opened nested underscore classes diagram. Okay, so you can also open if you want, or you can just refer to here. So nested class means what? A class embedded within another class, which are two examples, or within a method, or within a single line. So focus on the first category. I'll give you a minute. So read these rules. We will test them. You are reading only the information about the first category. Don't worry about the others. Okay, so let me start explaining and we will immediately do the hands-on. So such a non-static nested class is called as the inner class. So whether people ask you about inner classes or non-static nested, they are talking about the same. So can inner class access directly? Directly means without instantiation. Members of the outer class? Answer is yes. Next question. Listen to my question correctly. What are the legal access specifiers for the outer class? Don't give me a wrong answer. I said, we have said it so many times. Exactly, Prashant. Only access specifiers for the outer class are what? Public or default. But guys, this is the inner class I'm talking about. Treat it as just another instance variable. I mean, not instance variable, just treat it as the member. So inner class can have any access specifier, including private. The moment you make the inner class private, nobody outside can even access it. Now, nobody outside can see it. If you say default, within the same package, protected by inheritance, public means anywhere. So in short, please understand the rules. I'm going to show you in a minute. We are going to write it parallelly. So it can have any access specifier. And another rule is, see, the whole idea about inner classes, nobody should be able to access the inner class without that enclosing class instance, without that outer class instance. So as a result of it, in inner class, can you declare static members? Static members are not allowed to be added in the inner class because static means what? Do you need to create the instance or can you call it directly by class name dot member name? Answer is instantiation is not required. So it can defeat the purpose. So your inner classes cannot contain static members because inner class can be created only within the outer class instance. But Java 8 onwards, they have relaxed this rule. So here I have given, have I done this? Yeah, inner classes cannot have the static members, but from Java 8 onwards, it allows you static and final data members. Okay, so you'll see all this in 2 minutes. And read this twice. When I say read this twice, it's an important one. Read it and I'll talk to you. Okay, so read it with me. To instantiate the inner class, or okay, let me phrase it as a question. Will you be able to create directly inner class instance without the enclosing outer class instance? It's a Boolean question. Of course not. So that is what I've written. To instantiate the inner class, first you must have a reference to the instance of the outer class. Okay, so read this. Instead of reading in English, read the example. So suppose the name of the outer class is big outer. Name of the inner class is, let's say, nested. So you have to understand how does the reference type of variable looks like. So it is outer dot inner, that is big outer dot nested. So anyone wants to tell me what is the type of n? Is it of the type outer or is it of the type inner? Somebody saying outer. Guys, it's not outer, it's a inner. But guys, take a look at the right hand side. Can I create directly the inner class instance? Never. So we have to create the outer class instance first, and then within that instance you can create it. So all that doesn't become clear unless until you try. So here, don't spoil your assignment. So keep this assignment closed. I mean, what we are going to do is leave this day 11 lab as it is. And I had created day 11.1 for our daily work. So I'm expanding in that. You can write it wherever you want, but I'm going to follow proper standard. So I'm continuing in day 11.1, SRC. You decide wherever you want to write. I'm not going to directly jump into our assignment. First, I will make you comfortable. So SRC and create a class and give the name as, the topic is nested classes. So the package name I'm giving nested classes, and let's create a this thing, outer class name as E. I'll wait here so that I seriously want people to try out with me, so that whenever you see compiler errors and whenever the code is working or not working, you feel clearer. So I have created in day 11.1 a package nested classes and the class definition. Nothing difficult at all. Everyone is clear so far? I'm not even started with nested classes. Done? Can I continue? Okay. So now here, can the outer class, this is your outer class. I have yet to write an inner class. Can the outer class contain static as well as non-static members? Tell me yes or no. Answer is obviously yes. So declare private int I. Oh, sorry. I wanted to write a semicolon. And private static int G. Okay. Guys, this will be a good reference example to solve so many exam questions and all that. Now tell me here, if I want to initialize the state of a static member, which is the block we use typically? How do we initialize the state? You can initialize it directly also from here. I can say J1234. It's a working one, but that's not a good strategy. We add a static initializer block. Okay, and here from static initializer block, this is a revision of earlier stuff plus new. What is it I'll be able to initialize? I, J, both or neither? Answer is only J. Okay, so here, so I'll say J is equal to 100. I mean, value doesn't matter. Just to show, static initializer block can access directly only static members. Now tell me, what is the best way to initialize the state? How should I initialize this I? What is the common practice we use? How do you initialize the state? Of course, a constructor. So here, either you can generate the constructor or type it out. I don't mind. So here, and here you can add. You could have generated also, because constructor is pretty easy now. This dot I equal to I. Everyone understood so far? Nothing. We've not even touched the inner class yet. So now answer this. Can I add, this is still an outer class. Can I add static methods as well as non-static methods in the outer class? Answer is of course yes. This is all revision. I've not yet started with the new test. So let us add static method. Okay. And so let's say I can make it public. Static void show some method. And from the static method, what is it I can access directly? I, J, both or neither. I hope it is helping you. Somebody saying I. Guys, wake up. Static methods cannot access directly the non-static members. Non-static members are memory allocated after the object. Okay, so only correct answer is here. I'll say in static method show, and here I'm showing what? J equal to. All I can access is J. Don't trust me. You should never trust anyone blindly. Try it out. If you say space plus I, of course you'll get a problem. You'll get a compiler error. Read the error. Cannot make a static reference to a non-static field. So it is trying to tell you, you cannot access the non-static members directly. But if I insist on accessing I, what is it I'll have to create in this method? If I want to access I, what is it I'll have to do in that static method? Of course, I'll have to create the object of A1 equal to new A, and then I can say A dot I. Okay, but that's not the point today. So now tell me, can I add a non-static method? Non-static means what? Instance. Static is no instance. Non-static is instance. Can I add the non-static is equal to instance method in the outer class? It's a Boolean question. Yes, of course, yes. And here I'll say public void. Let's say print. And please tell me what all I'll be able to access from this method. Choices are I, J, both or neither. Answer is both. We have seen all of this. I just took it as a chance for revision. Because the moment you say instance method, instantiation has to happen. But before instantiation, what happens? Class loading. So instance methods, non-static methods can directly access static as well as non-static. Refer to my readme regarding static or whatever. All these rules are already mentioned. So SOP in static, in non-static method, in non-static print. And here I can say, of course, I is equal to, and I can also say J is equal to. I can share you this code, so that you know you don't have to type it. So I'll give you this much of a code so that everyone is on the same page. Day 11.1 SRC nested classes A. We have not yet started with nested class. I just wanted to cover all the basics first. So tell me honestly, openly, 100% of you are clear so far? All the combinations are clear? Okay. So now this you have done. You have been doing it for last 11 days. Now, can you add a nested class definition here? Answer is yes. So which are the two major varieties of nested classes? One variety is statically nested class, which I'll cover tomorrow. And the other one is non-static nested class. Today, tomorrow in the lab or whatever. I mean, not now. So here answer is of course yes. And here I'm showing you first a non-static nested class. Later we will create static nested class. Non-static nested class is commonly known as inner class. Okay, popularly known as inner class. So now start from here. So here let us declare class B. So here, what is it you are looking at? I hope you are understanding. My outer class is ending here. So you are declaring another class, nested class within that outer class. So what is that class B? It is nothing but your non-static nested class is equal to inner class. So you should not have any compiler error so far. Everyone reached here so far? I mean, everyone with me? Okay. So I said, what are the access specifiers possible? Anything. So just try labeling it. You will not get any error. So you can mark it. So that you know no code outside will be even able to see this. If I don't supply any access specifier, you know, package private default is applied. Can I label it as protected? Answer is yes. And can I make it as public, accessible from the outside world, outside package? Answer is yes. So this is what is, you should be like confirming the rule. So inner classes can have any access specifier. Currently, I can make it just what is the default. But I showed you any this one. Now let us step inside and tell me. I have set the rules. You keep those nested class rules inside. So tell me, can you add the static data member in the inner class? Inner means what? Non-static nested class. What is the answer, guys? It's a Boolean question. Yes or no? Answer is no. Unless and until they are static and final. So try it out. Don't trust a word. So here, private static int k. And tell me, are you getting a compiler error or not? Answer is compiler error. And just take a cursor there and you will know the rule. It will tell you so clearly. The field k cannot be declared static in a non-static type, that is, unless initialized with constant expression. So this is little bit hard English. What is a simpler form? Can inner classes contain the static data members? Answer is no. So, but from Java 8 onwards, JDK 1.8 onwards, can you declare static final member, static final data member? What is that answer, guys? Is it true? I mean, is it yes or no? Answer is yes. So this is out of question. I'm commenting it so that, whenever you are in the lab session, whenever before I join, you can uncomment and check all this. So this is already confirmed. Now here, let me take this and make it in a this thing form, private static final int k. You can see there is a compiler error, but compiler error is not because of that. You read the compiler error and tell me. Anyone wants to tell me why compiler is cribbing? Because if it is interactive, it is great. It is not yet initialized. Exactly. So what is the best way to initialize the static members? See the same statement, I'm making it for the 20th time. Yes, what is the best way to initialize? Static initializer block. But guys, you are in a non-static nested class. So next question. See, all these are popular questions. Can you add a static initializer block? Don't trust me. Answer is no. Static initializer blocks are not allowed within a non-static one. Read that again. Cannot define static initializer in the inner type A.B. A.B means outer dot inner. So this is a failed option, not allowed. Keeping lot of code under comment, uncommented and check. So which is the only way out now? What is the way out? Are you understanding the story? What is the way out? No question, no answer. I want to declare it. Initialize it to the value. What else? So here I can say your value and this is allowed. So see this. Can you declare a static final data member? Yes. And you will have to initialize it. Does nested class, non-static nested class, inner class, will it allow you to write static initializer? Absolutely not. Okay. Will you be able to add? Can you declare? All these question answers are so that you don't have to write that rules and all. Everything I'm writing here. Can you declare a static methods in inner class? What's your answer to that question? Is it yes or no? Absolutely not. Try it out. Everything should be tried out. So I'll say public static void non-void. I don't really care. Void test. And the moment you write this, again a compiler error. Just take the cursor here and you will see the method test cannot be declared static It tells you further. Compiler is so nice. Static methods can be only declared in the statically nested class, or top level type means outer class. Okay. So let me share this much of a code. I don't know whether everyone is keeping up. I'm sharing you this so that if you missed out a statement or a line or two, sync up. So I'm again keeping it under comment. Please uncomment to confirm the rule. Are you all with me? Are you all understanding what is happening? Okay. So now the next one. Can you declare non-static? Non-static means what? Instance. Can you declare non-static data members? Answer is of course yes. Otherwise this class will be like useless. So you can declare definitely non-static instance members, non-final also. So let us have tight encapsulation again, and I'm keeping it simple. So ijk was 1, so L, private int L. And tell me, you got a compiler error or is it allowed? Answer is of course it is allowed. So the inner classes is equal to non-static nested classes can declare instance variables. Reach here with testing and with understanding. Testing is the best way to understand anything and everything. Try it out. Okay. Now, which is the best option to initialize the state? Constructor. So I'm just trying to ask you, can you add, sorry, comment is missing. Can you add a parameterized constructor, or I can say overloaded constructors? Can you add a constructor or multiple constructors, as in constructors in the inner class? Of course, answer is yes. Otherwise, how will you initialize the state? So you can, of course, do it yourself, or you can generate it from ID. I'm doing it myself. So B, just say control space, and here only one argument I'm taking, int k, and saying this dot k. Oh, what was that k? Sorry. L I wanted to say. My mistake. K was your static. L, my mistake. So are we clear completely so far? What you can do and what you cannot do should be ultra clear, crystal. Done. So I have done all of the things. Now the last one. Here I'm asking, can you add? You know it, but I'll just ask you anyway. Can you add non-static method? Non-static means instance method. Can you add the non-static method in the inner class? Answer that, yes or no? Of course, answer is yes. It is a non-static nested class. You will be able to add. You will be able to add. So try it out. So public void. What are the names I've used here? Show. So I'll call it as inner show. Go systematically, because I'm going to ask an interesting question now. So this answer is confirmed. Confirm that answer. I'll definitely be able to this thing. What is it called? Call a non-static method. But now the interesting question is, what all you can access directly from the inners method? Your choices are IJKL. So IJKL, what all you can access. So let us, you understood the question first? So answer is yes, you're right. So let me go systematically so people understand. So I and J are outer classes members. Everyone understands it, but you know the rule. The whole idea about inner classes, they should be able to access outer classes details directly. So I is possible. J, it's a static member, agreed. But It is the outer classes member. It is accessible. How about K? K is your own classes static member. Answer is possible. And L is instance variable, and you are sitting in that instance method. So let's confirm. Don't trust. You can just say from inners show. Okay. And here let's try I. No error. Try J. No compiler error. Already people told me everything. And here try accessing K. Still no error. And because you know it's all the same. And L, again no error. So I'll wait till you confirm your understanding, till you say that yeah, okay, we have understood this. So can inner class contain the non-static method? Yes. And what all can you access from this? Answer is outer as well as inner class members. Is it directly or is it after the instance creation? Answer is directly. You get me? Directly means inner class can access the outer class members directly. Are we still clear? Is everyone 100% clear? I'll just add the comments. All of this, you know, you're going to get it. But in case you want it now, you can check. So tell me, please share with understanding. All the rules are getting clearer. Okay, you finished checking this also. So now let us go to the outer class and check the opposite thing. So see this, I'm going to my class A. Okay, and in this class A, this was the print method which we had written. So what is it I'm talking about? It is the non-static method of the outer class. You'll be confused that so many combinations you are showing. I'm not showing. People expect you to know all this. So I'm just giving you in one code, one simple code sample, all possible combinations. Anyway, you can say that, okay, I will just learn 5 rules out of 10. Fine. Okay. Learn the 5 tomorrow. No problem. So now the question being asked is, can outer classes, which is that method, non-static method, which is print method, can outer classes, non-static method, access inner class members? So in short, see, I and J, I have already shown you. So I'm asking you, will I be able to access directly your K and L? What is your guess? Answer is no. Okay. So like I said, don't trust. Let's not write the answer. Just try it out. SOP. And here I'm saying inners members. This is all about compiler error, right? Compiler error or no error. And I'm saying plus K plus L. So check. Are you able to see? You have a problem. You have a problem here. So just take a cursor here. It says L cannot be resolved to a variable. I mean L not found, K not found. So does everyone agree with me now? No. But I want to access. Okay. Okay. Anyway, let me go step by step. Has everyone understood the question and the answer so far? Is everyone understanding it? Don't conclude, Samresh, because we have not yet done. So this is out of question. But I'm saying somehow, because it is within the outer class. So can anyone tell me how to access your K from the outer class? Of course, it is inner dot. It's a static member. No. You are wrong. This one, Kannad. So here it is a static member. For static member, you don't require instance. So how do you access static members? Class name dot member name, or you can use import static. I'll not use import static. Wait a second. Where am I? So here, if I want to access it, SOP, I'll just do this much only. And see this, Here, the inner name is what? B. So B dot key. You got it? So I hope you are observing. This was private, but finally it is the part of the outer class. So outer class can access even the private inner class members. But for that, for accessing that private static member, what is it I had to do? Class name dot member name. You will say, okay, we will use import static, then you can use key. But I'm not confusing you with that. But now the answer the last one. How will I access this L from the outer class? What is it I'll have to do naturally? I'd given you this in the rule. What is it I'll have to create first? I'll have to create the instance of the inner class first. Are you getting me? So see this. Here, one is in front of you. I'm saying this. I'll say inners static member, static data member. Guys, please spend at least 15 to 20 minutes on this code. Play with the code. When I say play with the code, make the changes. You could be having, I'm not yet finished this. So you, after I finish also, you could be having questions. Do work it out. So let me say this, SOP. You know that. Wait a second. I'll just, so inners non-static member. Okay, non-static data member. And here, if you try to access L, everyone knows it fails. So what is it you'll have to do first? Create, you already told me, inner class instance. And once you create that inner class instance, even though it is private, it will be still accessible. So I'm creating BB1 equal to new B. And you know, I have a variable to initialize. So let's say 12. And here, how do I access it now? How will I access this L? With a reference variable. So what is that reference variable? B1 dot L. Got this? So this is there is a most, I won't say most or least, but whatever. There is a question I want to ask you on this also, but later. Later means little bit when you settled on that. So I have confirmed almost 90% of the rules. So now I want to show you something. So please open the folder explorer. Go to your workspace. This is our workspace. I mean, this is my workspace for your training. And which is the project I have created is day 11.1. Observe, guys. I want to show you things. Open the bin folder. In the bin folder, you will see a package, nested class, and tell me. For that, outer and inner, how many classes have been, how many dot class files are you having? Did you check it? You please check. Of course, answer is 2. How many dot class files compiler will call? Per class definition. And how many classes we are having? Outer and inner. So what is that outer class? A dot class. Fine, simple. But see the name of that inner class. What is the name of the inner class? Outer dollar inner, which is A dollar B. And this itself should give you the clue that you cannot directly create or access the inner class. It has to be done with the help of an outer class. I'm going to do that in a minute. So are you clear so far? You understood? You saw the dot class files. Everyone saw the 2 dot class files. One is the outer dot class and one is the outer dollar. Inner dollar is for that coupling, that tight coupling or that association. Now let us write a small tester. So here I was going to write it in a separate package, but let me keep it together. So click on nested classes and create a tester. And here I will tell you what I want. You will give me the code. So give me a second here. Okay. So I'll tell you what I want. Invoke inner classes. I want you to invoke inner classes Inner class can contain only non-static methods, instance method, and which method I want you to call is inner show. So how will you, a third party means tester, outside. Now I'm not in that inner outer business. I've got a separate class, tester. So anyone wants to tell me, I'll give you a minute because you will require a minute. So requirement is you should be able to call this. This is anyway public. So and anyway, I'm in the same package. So default also would have worked. The class is also available in the same package. So that's fine. So take your time and tell me. First of all, will it be possible? If the answer is yes, how? So anyone, will this be possible from the tester? I already got the answer from Mohad. You are right. It is possible. Okay. So here, see, look at what he's offering. Will I be able to create directly the inner class instance such as B1 equal to new B? Not possible. Try it out. Don't trust. B1 or whatever equal to new B. You will get a compiler error. See, the whole point was this. So read the compiler error. It says B cannot be resolved to the type. So tell me, does your B class have a separate standalone existence or is it within? Within that, yes, you are absolutely right, Mohit. Very good going. So here, does it have a separate existence? Answer is no. So now, if you want to call that inner ka method, you will require the reference variable of the type outer.inner. So what is the name of the outer class? A. What is the name of the inner class? I have not made it private, so I can see that A.B. So this is your outer.inner. So I'll say inner reference is equal to now the main deal. Will I be able to directly call the inner class instance or will I have to create the outer class instance first? Answer is you will have to create the outer class instance. Very good, right? Very, very right, guys. So new A. And we have some this. So suppose I say 11. Then within the outer class instance, you are embedding. This is an embeddable. Okay, so within that, can I say new and the inner class instance? Answer is yes. So suppose I say 2. Very values you can give anything. So guys, how many instances are created on the heap? One is the outer class instance and other is the inner class instance. So now let us come back to the point. So tell me, what kind of a relationship you are imposing here? Aggregation or composition? Is it a strong coupling or is it a loose coupling composition? You can never create the inner class instance without creating the outer class. So what was our practical scenario? I mean, after the break, I'll give you 10 minutes break right now. So here, after testing this, so here, this is your Aadhaar card. This is your employee. So we will just, instead of creating that Aadhaar card as a separate class, we are going to nest it within the employee class and we'll observe and conclude. So anyway, before I go anywhere else, before we take a break and all, so I'll say inner reference and then you can say this inner show was anyway public or default. You can access this. And then you can run and you can confirm all the values and all that. So I'm just simply running it. And 100%, as we said already, it can access inner classes static, non-static member as well as outer classes members. So what I'll do is I'm giving you a 10 minutes break here to breathe, to have a breathing time. And here, let me just create a day 11.1 concept. Share it with you. So that if you are, if you missed out on something, you can catch up. Exactly. You have said it correctly, Avinash. So that will be a practical example. This was just a warm-up, just to show you what works, what doesn't work. So I have uploaded it. Download it if you require. If you are already typing along or completing with this, you don't require. So let's have exactly a 10 minutes break and we'll resume in 10. And we will apply this to your earlier assignment. But if anyone is starting immediately, please don't disturb the earlier copy, because that is an example of aggregation. So when I come back from the break, when we come back from the break, we are going to make a copy of that day 11 assignment lab, and then we will apply the composition there in 10 minutes. It's not allowing me to do this.